Thank you, Katerina. And first of all, I want to warmly thank Enrico and Katerina that finally managed to bring us in Elafonisos, and that they are trying for the last 2 or 3 years to build a strong collaboration, not only with IC, but in general, working through a collaborative way. So, may I have my presentation, please? My name is Anastasia Charitou. I represent a Greek NGO called IC. And for those that may don't know us, we are based in Thessaloniki, founded on 2016. Sorry, I forgot that I also have to do this. Pointing at your computer, right? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are based in Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is located in the north of Greece. We were founded in 2016. I will skip some things because we are close to the end, and I will try to keep it short. Sorry. Okay. Thank you. And this is our main goals. We are working towards the preservation and protection of the aquatic ecosystems with the aim to promote science-based management through scientific research, awareness raising, and advocacy on 4 main different pillars. One of our pillars is the aquatic litter. Within this pillar are the projects that I'm going to focus and present to you today. Within this pillar, we're working in different levels, from data collection to awareness raising and public events like cleanups, but also to local interventions along with the local communities when things need to be done in order to mitigate the marine litter pollution in particular areas. So we are based in Thessaloniki, but these are the areas that we implement with different projects. We work throughout the whole Greece, but also throughout the Mediterranean, mainly through stable collaboration network that we have developed through the last years. And today I'm going to present you 2 different cases on a marine litter project. The first one refers on a national awareness raising campaign that dates back in 2019. And the next one refers to a local action that takes place since 2019 again in Thessaloniki. In 2019, we started the awareness raising campaign Zero Plastic, which started with the aim to raise awareness about marine plastic and microplastic pollution in the Greek seas. During the first year, we implemented multiple actions that all of them aim to set a baseline of materials, focus on school-aged children, but also on tourism industry. So we created lots of material, informative material, in order to promote the impact of marine plastic pollution. And we organized many events, educational events in schools, but also public events and cleanups in order to promote and communicate this material. We also conducted events for the tourism industry representatives in Thessaloniki, but also we participated in many events when lots of visitors of Greek high tourism areas were there in order to inform them about what they can do during their vacations in order to mitigate their footprint in terms of the plastic pollution and the plastic litter that they dispose. The next year, in 2020, we focused in the tourism industry, working very close with the diving centers throughout the whole Greece. The diving centers in Greece receive thousands of visitors, so what we did was to provide them with all the materials we had already created, train them as trainers of their visitors, so provide them with all the information and the way they can raise awareness to their visitors. But also, we collaborated with them in order to assess the single-use plastics and the products containing microplastics that they used within their activities. So from sunscreens containing microplastics to other equipment, single-use glasses they provide to the single-use cups they provide to their visitors. First of all, they reported in a monthly basis these amounts to us, and then in collaboration with us, we provided them with alternative solutions in order to mitigate the amounts they produce. They were also participating in a citizen science project of Paddy Aware. They collected data on benthic marine litter, and of course they were organizing public events, mainly underwater cleanups, in order to raise awareness to the local people in the places they were located. And in 2022, we also joined forces with BMed, and the idea was to expand the impact of our campaign. We also included diving centers of Cyprus, and we also tried to reach people that probably are not very interested or keen on environmental issues or plastic pollution in particular. So our idea was to use art as a strong tool in order to spread the message to the world. We conducted lots of actions based on art. First of all, an iconic action for us was to light the White Tower in blue during the World Ocean Day. The White Tower is the most iconic and well-known monument of Thessaloniki, so many people, thousands of people, had the chance to look for information and look for the reason why the tower is in blue during this important for us day. And this was an opportunity for us to provide them with information and raise awareness among them on the issue on marine plastic pollution. We also conducted a photography campaign. This is one example of how the photos were setted, trying to put scientific information in strong pictures that would motivate the public on the issue. And we created a big mural, the one that you previously saw, in a big road in Thessaloniki. And we also involved different local teams like children teams or immigrant teams in Thessaloniki, who they placed different smaller artworks in central places in Thessaloniki city, like small messages near the waste treatments of Thessaloniki or near bins. Sorry. So this is the White Tower in blue. It became really viral for the area during this and the days that followed. And these are some of the smaller artworks that we used. The one is saying, reduce your waste, and the other is saying, don't feed the fish, and depicting cigarette butts. And finally, in Cyprus and Greece, we had a total of 17 diving centers participating, but we also provided to even more diving centers with the material. So the total of 29 diving centers were not actually involved, but they were actually informed. This is the way we did the smaller artworks, and these are some numbers, because as Anna said, numbers count, of the results of the actions we implemented. Some cleanups, the weight of the total weight of litter removed. And I will move forward to a smaller point on the map, which is Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is surrounded from Axios Delta National Park. Thessaloniki's development is strongly connected to the ecosystem services that Thermaikos Gulf provides to the local people. There are extended deltas of big rivers that end in Thermaikos Gulf, but there are also very intensive human activities like agriculture and also mussel farming. Thessaloniki city, mussel farming production in Greece that comes from Thessaloniki city is the second largest in the Mediterranean. So all these activities, including mussel farming, pose many threats to the marine environment and are a main source of marine litter in the area. According to the results we have from beaches around Thermaikos Gulf, which are systematically monitored according to protocols, more than 64% of the marine litter found in the beaches around Thessaloniki are related to mussel farming, and in particular they are mainly include the plastic nets. They are small nets like socks that mussel farmers use for the cultivation of the mussels. In every 100 meters of beach, close to the fishing ports which mussel farmers are using, we find more than 200 pieces of these plastic nets. So our action in the area, actually this is a community-based project, and it started in 2019 within a European Interreg project, Plastic Buster MBAs, and with the support of the Mediterranean Information Office. We established a derelict fishing gear management scheme, which in the reality means that we designated particular areas where mussel farmers could dispose separately these items. So we managed to collect, first of all, we managed to bring together 3 mussel farming associations of the area, 2 different municipality authorities, and the authority of the regional unit of Thessaloniki. And along with the management authority of the area, which is in charge for the management of the protected area in the national park, we decided all together the places where these nets should be separately disposed. So as a result, we managed to transport 22 tons of these nets and recycle them. And we chose the way of mechanical recycling in Greece, in-house, as we say, because we decided that this was the most proper way to minimize also the footprint of the recycling procedure of these materials. So all these nets were transported in Athens, where they became raw material for the plastic industry from the beginning. And now, with the support of BMED this year, we are planning to further equip these stations, these places that we have designated in order to make the procedure easier, to, of course, pay the big cost for transporting all these materials from Thessaloniki to Athens, but also this interaction and close collaboration with the mussel farmers brought up some other of their needs. They are aware of environmental issues in the area. They are totally aware that their professional activities and the way they make their living is totally connected with the health of the marine ecosystem in the area. So they are not only interested on marine litter pollution, they are also interested on other environmental issues that are taking place in the area and affect their activities. And since this need came up, we are also planning to organize some roundtables, and according to the results of these roundtables, organize workshops in which we will bring the scientific community in contact with the mussel farmers and provide the mussel farmers with the scientific information they need in order to act more environmentally aware, but also improve the situation, the environmental situation in the area. And we are also looking through these roundtables and workshops to find a way not only recycling these plastic nets, but also look for reusing opportunities, because this was not a scenario during the previous years. But now this seems that it will be possible. And these are the actions that we're going to do today, this year. We will also look for ways to recycle plastic barrels. So mussel farmers are using recyclable plastic barrels as floaters, and mainly due to weather conditions, most of these plastic barrels end as beached marine litter in the close-by beaches. And together with the management authority and the municipal authorities, we are trying to find ways to collect these barrels, store these barrels, and also either reuse them if they are in good condition, or recycle them. And these were a brief description of the project, but I will be more than happy to provide you with more details. Thank you.